Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're diving into something that goes way beyond the world of sports. Today, we're looking at the Ronaldo mentality, the habit of excellence. We're going to break down the exact source material that explains the insane drive of one of the most famous people on the planet, Cristiano Ronaldo. Whether you're a massive football fan or just someone who's super into personal growth, the way his mind works is something we can all learn from. We'll unpack the mechanics of this relentless ambition and figure out exactly how he sustains this level of excellence.
So why keep fighting after winning absolutely everything? It's a really fascinating paradox, right? When a person reaches the absolute peak of their field, collecting every trophy, championship, and award you can think of, human nature usually says, okay, time to rest. I mean, for most of us, just surviving a tough work week is enough reason to chill out all weekend. But our source material throws this hook at us right away. Why doesn't his drive ever slow down? Why keep pushing so hard when you crossed the finish line years ago? Well, as we're about to see, the answer has literally nothing to do with what's sitting in his trophy cabinet.
Section 1. Beyond the trophies. The internal psychology.
To really get this, we've got to strip away those shiny external rewards that the cameras are always focused on. Trophies and awards, they're just the superficial layer that the public sees and celebrates. But the source text points out that the real secret to his drive is his mindset. The trophies, they're basically just a byproduct of his core operating system. It's this unseen psychological engine that is the actual focal point of his career. And it just keeps running flawlessly, no matter how much silverware he's already won.
And that brings us to a massive myth bust. Ronaldo was not born a superstar. It is so easy to look at highly successful people and just assume it was inevitable, like they were naturally destined for greatness because of some otherworldly talent. But our source completely shuts that idea down. His status was earned. Every single step of his journey was built manually through three very specific internal pillars: relentless hard work, intense discipline, and this radical, deep-rooted belief in himself.
Section 2. The reality of the climb, grinding friction. Because, let's be honest, relying on hard work and self-belief is easy when everything's going your way. But we really need to let the weight of his actual hurdles sink in here. Injuries, constant criticism, defeats, the endless pressure to prove himself. Throughout his career, these weren't just random one-off events. They were constant, heavy pressures stacking up against him. Think about that severe knee issue that almost ruined his 2014 World Cup. Imagine dealing with that kind of physical pain and then mixing it with suffocating global criticism after a big loss, or watching your biggest rival win the Ballon d'Or year after year. Underlying everything is this relentless pressure to prove his worth on a massive global stage over and over. Honestly, these are the kinds of obstacles that break most people. They're exhausting and deeply demoralizing.
Section 3. Setbacks as fuel, converting friction. But here is where we see the absolute magic of his mindset. When faced with intense pressure or defeat, the normal human reaction is making excuses and listening to doubt. It's just the path of least resistance. But Ronaldo, instead of making excuses, he hyper-focuses on improvement. He takes all that negative energy, the agonizing injuries, the harsh media criticism, the bitter defeats, and he literally turns it into raw fuel. He weaponizes the doubt to make himself better, training even harder at the exact moment most people would just give up.
Which brings us right back to his daily life today. Even after 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League titles, and well over 800 career goals, his drive hasn't slowed down one bit. The text is totally clear on this. He is chasing excellence every single day, despite having already conquered the football world. Because the excellence he's chasing isn't a shiny new trophy. It's the personal standard he has set for himself.
Section 4. Success is a habit. The core philosophy. For Ronaldo, success is completely redefined. It is not a destination. It's a daily habit. It's not this final place you arrive at, plant your flag, and say, okay, I made it. It's a verb, not a noun. It's a continuous, ongoing practice. Think about it. If you view success as a destination, you stop moving the second you get there. But if you view it as a daily habit, the work literally never ends. In practical terms, this creates a continuous staircase for him. Every workout, every training session, every match. It is not about the grand finale. It is all about those micro moments.
Every single step is just another opportunity to be better than he was yesterday. It's the relentless stacking of small, daily habits of excellence that eventually compound into undeniable greatness.
Section 5. The Ronaldo Mentality, Global Inspiration. As the source so profoundly puts it, you don't quit because things get difficult. You grow because things get difficult. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. This is the absolute core message of the entire text. It completely flips how we look at difficulty. A roadblock isn't designed to stop, it's the exact environment you need to grow. It is a direct challenge to you, to me, to anyone watching. When the friction hits, that is your cue to level up. So the text wraps up by totally reframing his legacy. His greatest achievement isn't the crazy number of goals he's scored or the records he's completely shattered. No, his true masterpiece is a mindset that refuses to surrender. That kind of internal mental toughness is exactly why he's one of the world's greatest inspirations, way beyond just the soccer pitch. We've covered a ton of ground today in this explainer, but I want to leave you with one final provocative question. If success really is just a habit, what are you practicing today? Are your daily habits pulling you closer to excellence, or are they holding you back? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep focusing on those daily steps, and I'll catch you next time.